The year was 1943. London was deep into its fourth year of World War II. Though the Blitz had officially ended in 1941, the skies were far from silent. Air raid sirens still wailed in the night, rockets fired into the dark to ward off bombers, and civilians remained ever vigilant. The East End, particularly Bethnal Green, bore the scars of relentless bombing. Rows of broken houses, rubble-strewn streets, and a people weary, yet stubbornly alive. On the night of the 3rd of March, the sirens screamed once again. Families rushed through the blacked-out streets, clutching children, small bundles of belongings, gas masks slung over their shoulders. Their destination, the Bethnal Green underground station, hastily converted into an air raid shelter at the start of the war. It had always been a bit chaotic. The shelter had no real entrance hall, only a narrow stairway leading down into the dark. There were no handrails along the centre, just a steep, cold descent. On this night, a new anti-aircraft battery in nearby Victoria Park fired its unfamiliar salvos into the sky. The noise was deafening, different from anything the residents had ever heard before. Many thought the bombs were falling directly overhead. In the panic, one woman carrying a baby stumbled at the top of the stairs. Someone behind her fell, then another. In mere seconds, the narrow stairwell became a human pile. Dozens, then hundreds, crushed together in the dark, unable to move, unable to breathe. When rescuers finally clawed their way through the mass of bodies, the horror was almost beyond comprehension. 173 people had perished, mostly women and children. It remains the worst civilian disaster of the war in Britain, and yet, shockingly, it was caused not by bombs, but by fear itself. The government kept the disaster secret for months, terrified that the news would shatter public morale. Families mourned privately. Life, as it did during those years, simply had to go on. But some said it never truly did. In the years that followed, strange reports began to surface, not grand Hollywood-style hauntings, but quieter, more chilling events. Whispers, footsteps, the distant heart-wrenching sound of children crying heard echoing through the stairwell late at night. Maintenance workers complained of sudden cold gusts rushing past them, even on warm summer nights. Several underground workers swore they had heard heavy, frantic footsteps pounding down the stairs, only to find the platform empty when they investigated. Others spoke of a suffocating feeling, a pressure on the chest, as if hundreds of invisible bodies were pressing down on them. In the 1950s, Elsie Harper, a nurse returning from a night shift, was waiting for the last train when she noticed a group of children standing motionless at the far end of the platform. They were barefoot, wearing ragged, old-fashioned clothes. She approached them, concerned they might be lost, but as she drew nearer, she said, they simply faded away like mist. In the 1970s, a night watchman named Arthur Gibson claimed that he was grabbed by unseen hands whilst inspecting the stairwell. He described a child's voice begging, "Don't leave me here." Terrified, he fled and refused to ever work a night shift at Bethnal Green again. Modern paranormal investigators who have visited the site describe recordings picking up low, almost inaudible sobbing. In one chilling case, a recording captured a faint voice whispering the number 173, the exact number of lives lost that night. And still today, regular passengers occasionally report a sudden, overwhelming fear of panic at the entrance of the stairs. Some say you can feel invisible hands tugging at your coat, urging you downward into the darkness below. If you stay too long, you may become part of the tragedy, relived over and over, trapped in a loop of fear and sorrow. Today, the staircase is still there, still narrow, still steep. A discreet memorial plaque now honours the dead, a simply sombre reminder. Bethnal Green is a place of history, of tragedy, and perhaps of spirits who have never quite found their way home.